Hey guys, so I'm Cardaka here, and today I'm here with a Digimon card game video. This will be DigiCard101, where we learn how to get started with a card game. And yeah, a lot of people have been asking about where I should look for resources or how do I get started with a game. And this video will be helping you do that. So before you start a card game, I think it's best to do some research first. Maybe learn about the rules, learn about the card prices so you don't get ripped off. And yeah, basically this video will be telling you where to find these resources. There's a few different websites that I use to find out the latest news, the card text, and then the prices of the cards. So this video will just hopefully help people who want to learn how to play the card game get into it a little bit easier, because I know starting a card game isn't always the easiest thing. Alright, let's get started!
Alright, so the first resource I want to talk about is the Digimon Card Game TCG page on Facebook, or the group on Facebook. And this group, it's mainly like, for my reference, it's like the central gathering hub of Digimon card game players right now across the world. The game isn't out in English yet, so for a game that's only in Japanese right now, I think having a 6.2k player group, it's kind of impressive. And yeah, hopefully this game will come out in English soon. I don't know if it will. Personally, I'll probably still be playing the Japanese version, since the area I'm living in, they are mainly focused on Japanese version of card games. So yeah, but if you want to look for deck ideas, or you want to have different, if you have questions to ask, you can go on here to have a look. There's also a Discord group. I am less active on the Discord group though. I mainly just lurk around. But for the Facebook group, I'm usually pretty active there. At least I look at a lot of content. If there's any news or updates and stuff, I usually hop on here first to have a look. Usually the leaks here are quite fast and pretty good. And the people on here are also pretty friendly for the most part. I think as the group grew a bit, there's a few not so nice people on there now, but it's fine. It's usually what happens for groups that expand. But yeah, it's a very, very good page. So definitely check it out and join if you are interested in playing this card game. The second resource that I want to talk about is BTCG Review. This page is super helpful. I think it's super underrated. There's only 139 people that are following this right now. There definitely deserves a lot more. So shout outs to BTCG Review. Fill in the survey if you want to help a brother out. But basically what they do is, I think it's mainly people don't like to look at this is because it's all PDFs or Excel files. So, but yeah, usually they keep track of the card prices, and they have tournament winning deck lists and stuff. But it's all in Excel format, so that might be a little off-putting for some people. But if you actually have a look, you'll see that they have a tournament review list, like I think this is last week or 2 weeks ago. You'll see that they have a deck list here, so you have a click in there, and then you'll be able to have a look at the cards that are used in different decks. So as you can see, they have links here to the actual list itself. So if you want to have a look at the deck list, then you can. So if you don't want to look at Excel files, then you can just have a look at this deck list here, and then you'll be good to go. So you can have that as a reference. Definitely very useful for people who have trouble building decks. And yeah, it's a nice little page you can use. They also have they also write reviews and stuff. I guess for some people, if they don't like to read, it's a little less digestible, but I still, usually when I have time, when I'm taking the bus or something, I'll have a look at articles. It'll help me improve as a player, and it'll also help players learn about different aspects of the Digimon card game. So it's a very, very useful resource. This is probably one of the most underrated ones. I see there's people, he posts on the Digimon card game group a lot, but I don't think a lot of people respond to it. but I think you should definitely check it out. Especially the price list. This helps you check out if you're being scammed or not. Usually they only check prices from Big Web, UUT, or C-Labo, which I also use. But yeah, this is just like a centralized way to get information, and it's very, very useful. So whoever is running this page, props to you, and I hope more people notice your page. And hopefully this video will bring more people to your page. But yeah, let them know I sent you. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is talking about the prices. If you want to have a look at the art and the price itself, if for example the set is out already and he doesn't have time to make the price list yet, you can have a look at UUT or Big Web. So as you can see, this will be the price list for the cards. Usually this will be a bit more updated, a bit faster than the TCG review, because they usually update weekly now, I think. And this one will be usually updated daily if the prices are unstable. So yeah, you can have a look at UUT and Big Web. Both very, very useful pages. The prices compared to this to Japan though, it's not one-to-one, because since they're an online shop, I think their prices will be a bit higher, and it'll be even cheaper in Japan if you are buying the cards locally. But it's still a point of reference, so it's pretty decent. Okay, so next I want to talk about the Digimon Card Dev page. This is probably the best website to use if you want to build your decks, look at card text. They also have informative videos to tell you guys how to play the game. You know, different mechanics that you can maybe adjust to your strategy, maybe borrowing memory. You know, learning the difference between on play and when evolved effects and stuff like that. They also have the rule book, which I think there's a few different. This might be the official English version that Digimon themselves released, or this might be their own translated one. I think their own translated one was better. It's a little bit easier to understand. Sometimes the Japanese one uses weird language, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, this page will help you look at all of the cards that are out so far. So if you want to look at BT01, you just click in there, and then you'll have a full list of the cards. And then if you want to look at the promos, you can have a look at the promos, and then here is just like a full list of the promos. It's pretty useful if you don't have access to the physical cards, or if you don't want to build the deck yet, and you just want to, or build the deck with physical cards and you just want to use like a emulated list, you can. Basically, you just click deck builder, and then whatever card you want to add to your list, you just add it. You just add Metal Greymon, add Greymons, click the Greymons. So yeah, pretty good. Very useful. You can't actually use this to play the game though, so maybe it's not as helpful for some people. But I think it's still pretty decent. And next resource is obviously the official page. The official page will have, they have a global website now, but it's only in Southeast Asia. I think that's like where the main player base is right now. Obviously the main player base is Japan, but I think Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, Indonesia, Thai, and Philippines have, you know, a following, so it's pretty nice. The pages are different though. I think in Japanese there's a bit more information compared to the ones in the other languages. Like this one, they're already talking about the new set that's coming out in October, where in let's see, Hong Kong page, let's do Hong Kong for example. It's just the PV for, or it's a promotion for the tournament pack. I guess that's because we have tournaments going on right now, so you can potentially win some of these. But yeah, you can just have a look at all of the different language pages, and some of them might be more useful than the other ones. I think if you can read Japanese, the Japanese one is definitely the most useful one. But I think Singapore, they use English. And let's have a look at that right now, actually. So yeah, it's pretty much just talking about the Tamer battle that's starting from August, which is not what they're doing in the Japanese page. So if you are, oh wait, sorry, let's go back into this. So if you want to look at the official rulebook, you can just download it from here, and for the time being, I already downloaded it. So this is obviously a very key thing you need to read before you start the game. Yeah, not much else to say about that. It's just a very useful resource. And if you have any questions after reading the rulebook and you're like, oh, I'm so confused, what does this mean, or what does that mean? You can just ask the Facebook group, and then they'll be glad to help you answer the questions. Sometimes there might be some people that might be a little pissy because there might be people asking the same question over and over again, but I guess that's just the cycle of card games. So just ignore them. It's fine. Obviously, if you think your question might be a pretty commonly asked question, you might want to read the FAQs on the page. I think there's an FAQ on the page. Let's see, yes. So if you look at the announcements, there is a FAQ. So please read this before you ask a question, and if it's not on there, or if you couldn't find it yourself, then maybe you can ask. But I know a common question that is always asked is this game coming to, is this game getting English release? And the answer is no, not yet. We don't know. So yeah, we don't know yet. But I don't know if Bandai is willing to take the risk. I do know that previously there are a few attempts that to go over the West hasn't been that great. Dragon Ball Super is probably the exception, but that game is only in English, so it's not really comparable. But I know Battle Spirits and other stuff have not done that well in English. Also, like there are other card games like Crusade and Gundam War and stuff like that. None of those made it to the West. So yeah, we don't know yet. But Digimon, it is quite popular in the West, so maybe. I guess you just have to, hope for the best. But yeah, if you want to also learn how to, or you want to test your decks and play the card game, there's a few ways you can do it right now. You can use untap.in to try the game out. I haven't logged in here. Actually, let me log in. Alright, so this is the untap IN UI interface. There's lots of different card games you can play here. This is, for example, if you want to build a deck, you can just go build a deck and then search for your card, for example, Omegamon. And then just add Omegamon into the list, and then you can part your deck. And I think you can just find people to play with if you want. There's only 3 users right now. But if you want to learn how to play this game, you can. And it's you can use this website, so you don't have to buy the actual cards. Another method you can use is to use there's a tabletop simulator. That one is, you can find it on Steam, and it does cost money, so it might not be the best. And I think there's another one called TCG or something like that. I haven't used any of these online websites. I just know about them, so I can't really be the most informative person about it. But if people are watching this video and you know which one I'm talking about, put it down below, and I'll pin your comment, and then so we can help redirect people to that site if they prefer that over Untap. But I know Untap is quite a popular one. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for this video, guys. There's going to be definitely more All these videos coming soon. I'll be doing a video tutorial soon once I can find another person to help me. Maybe after the quarantine I can go find someone to help me record, but for the time being it's kind of hard for me to do it myself, so I will put that off for now. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. This is Karataku, and I'll see you guys next time.